We'll put it in neutral.
Well, that's weird. Shouldn't roll.
No.
Dang. I wonder if I broke the rear end. I don't know.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, it's rolling.
You know, that right there is just rude. You got that on all your trucks?
Yeah, I want to say something different. One says it's too late to pay now. This one says support. That one says support your local repo man. This one says your car's on here. One says while you sleeping, we creeping. Final notice.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And as you see in the opening to this video, the Tahoe is back in the shop. Here's the scenario. Drove it to the lake, pulled the boat yesterday. No problems all the way there, all the way back. Everything went fine, you know, riding 60, 65 miles an hour. Got home, unloaded the boat, did some running around. Went out to dinner last night, and on my way home from dinner, I decided to step on the loud pedal a little bit. Ran through first gear up to about 5 grand, shifted, and started to pull through second gear and just free revved. Wow, up to the limiter. So, let my foot off the gas, coasted, pat the gas a couple times, nothing. So something under the truck is broken. I don't know what it is yet. Called my good buddy Ron with Quick Response Towing in Clayton, Garner, Raleigh area. Quick Response Towing, be a link in the description below because Ron always helps me out. But anyway, we're gonna get this in the air and see what it looks like underneath and probably start pulling it apart because it's Sunday Fun Day, and what better to do on Sunday Fun Day than work on your truck. So anyways, got the AC on in the shop. We're gonna turn on some jams and I'm gonna get busy. Well, I don't know what to think quite yet. So when Ron dropped the truck off last night, he actually backed it in the shop for me, and then he unhooked and the truck started to roll, and I'm like, oh, thanks for putting it in neutral for me. He goes, it's in park. So we both scratched our heads a little bit and tried to figure out why it would roll if it's in park. So let me throw the light up here. You guys can see the drive shaft, right? So the truck's in park right now. Drive shaft won't move, all right? The parking pawl is engaged. The linkage is in park. But if you come back here, I can spin this wheel freely. I can spin this wheel freely. So sometimes if your differential is wore out, you can do that. You can spin the wheels, you know, freely because the posi unit won't be locked up and so on and so forth. But I can also do this. I can spin both the tires in the same direction at the same time. And it's supposed to be in park. So, I don't think I hurt the trans. I don't think I hurt the transfer case. I think I broke the rear end, which I didn't think was going to happen. So, I'm going to get this spare tire out of the way, and we'll lower the sway bar, and we'll go from there. See what in the world I have actually done. Alright, so we got the spare tire out of the way. Next step is I'm going to get the sway bar out of the way, get this panhard bar out of the way, and then we'll pull the cover off the diff and see what it looks like. Time to get dirty. Brake sticks. Wow, what size is this? All right, so we've got pan hard bar out of the way, emergency brake cable is loose. So now all we have to do is take the bolts off the diff cover and see what we have inside.
There you go, I like that. You left the top bolt. You're kind of excited, but not excited.
I know. The biggest thing is the trans has a warranty. So if it was broken, it'd be covered. So this doesn't have a warranty, so this is more money out of pocket I gotta spend.
Good?
Yep.
So rear end's gone, huh?
God damn, it's smoked.
Here you go, I'll let you hold your camera.
Hi. Finishing up a video. Well, I think it's safe to say that that's the problem. The rear end exploded. There is absolutely nothing left.
Yeah, that definitely popped.
It's ruined. Damn.
That's awesome.
That's not gonna work. It's definitely not gonna work. All right, guys, so here is what we got going on. There are some broken spider gears laying in the bottom of the rear end housing here. It looks like the ring and pinion are both still in one piece, but obviously you can spin the wheels freely without them grabbing each other. So anyway, the diff has exploded. I'll hang the camera up here in a second and I'll spin it around and see what the other side looks like, but safe to say that's definitely the issue. So here we go. There's a few pieces stuck to the magnet on the diff cover, and most of the carnage is up here inside the diff. So it looks like the spider gears gave up, and the more that I think about it, it kind of makes sense. So when I would spin the tires on this, one tire would leave a darker patch than the other, and it's probably because the diff was wearing out anyways. But yeah, we're definitely missing some pieces, and they're in the bottom where they're not supposed to be. So I'm gonna see if I can find one of these at a junkyard, because Jeff is broke and doesn't have the money to replace the whole thing right now. So yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, guys, I guess in the next video we're gonna learn how to put gears in a differential in a Tahoe. All right, so I've been in contact with East Coast Gear Supply. They're a company in Raleigh, and they're gonna hook me up with some new parts for the Tahoe rear end. He asked how I broke it, and I told him, you know, I make over 500 of the wheels, and I was getting on it a little bit, and he goes, yeah, those rear ends usually don't last too long with power. And I'm like, well, this one had 270,000 miles on it, and it held up for probably a month of me abusing it. So really can't complain. I guess they're kind of a weak unit from the factory. So what we're gonna do is upgrade to a Detroit True Track, and we're also gonna put an AAM gear in it and replace all the bearings and cover gasket, front pinion seal, axle seals, axle bearings. We're gonna rebuild the whole thing in between the brake rotors. So everything will be new. Sticking with 373 gear because I don't want to have to change the front gear. This thing could probably benefit from a 410 because the tires are so tall, but if I ever really want to go to the track and, you know, make a time, I'll put a different set of wheels and tires on it anyway. So one last look at the carnage. As you can see, there's spider gears laying in the bottom. Broke the whole differential apart, and there's a tooth missing on the ring gear, and the pinion gear got tore up pretty good as well. So I'm gonna go get these parts here in the next couple of days, and I'm going to show you guys how to rebuild a rear end and set up your backlash and look at your pattern and all that kind of stuff. So I'll take the GoPro with me to East Coast Gear and see if I can get a little look around while I'm down there and show you guys kind of what they do and show you the new parts I'm getting and how they're different from what I had in here already. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I always have a merchandise link in the description below. We'll see you next time.